It's me, Tommy B, and I'm here with WeedTV with the infamous Micheal Berk.
Not infamous, not infamous.
Or ridiculously successful Micheal Berk, producer of the most anticipated movie of the summer.
I have to say, yes, I have been fortunate to be successful, and the way I got there is ridiculous.
So I'm glad we're on the same page. So what brings you, well, first of all, happy 420.
Yeah, well, you know, what brings me here is my company, WeedTV. Listen, you know, in 1964, I started smoking grass. In 1968, I was stopped in Douglas County, Nevada for a speeding ticket, and I had joints down my pants. In 1968, I could have been sentenced to life in prison in Nevada. Today, I own medical marijuana and recreational marijuana licenses in Nevada, and because of my, you know, creative bent with creating television, my partner and I created WeedTV, and we're here to bring our entertainment to the marijuana industry and you know, celebrate that it's not only legal, it's going to hopefully save the planet.
Man, times have changed. Times have changed.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because people have changed. In the 60s, when grass was illegal, people were aware, right? There was the anti-Vietnam War protest, people were involved. And now, as marijuana has suddenly broken through, young people are not as involved. So our challenge is now to combine the 60s with the 20s. You know, I'll say the teens are kind of dead and gone, but let's say the 20s. Combine the 60s with the 20s and use the miraculous qualities of pot to enlighten a new generation and get them active to change fucking things. You know, I may not be there to get there to be with you, with, as Martin Luther King said, but listen, I don't want my whole 60s rebelliousness to go to waste. I want it to work in the 20s.
Well, you know what? No, it's not going to waste. And in fact, I think we should just bring it back. Bring the 60s back. I think that it's time for us, you know, what's going on in our country politically, and it's time for us to kind of make a stand and be renegades.
Listen, I think what Timothy Leary stood for was, you know, tuning in to life. I mean, his thing was LSD because it was mind expanding, but, you know, grass today can be mind expanding. You know, it's not necessarily hallucinogenic, but can make you aware if you kind of open your eyes to the reality of life, and that's what he wanted people to do in the 60s. But, you know, he had turn on and tune in, but he had drop out. And I think today it's, you know, turn on, tune in, and drop in. You know, I mean, get involved. And even if it's just fulfilling your own potential, because individual happiness is going to lead to world peace.
I agree 100%. Did you ever actually meet Timothy Leary?
I did in San Francisco in 1967. 67, I think it was 67 because it was the summer of love. 68 kind of turned political. But yeah, I did acid. Listen, I was, you know, I grew up in Hollywood and watched them make TV series in the 50s. Highway Patrol and Bonanza and all that stuff. I always wanted to be in it, right? And, you know, it was really the first time I smoked grass and realized and kind of let down all of the bullshit that had been kind of put upon me by society and my family and everybody else, and goes, hey, you know, I can just have these thoughts and creative ideas and maybe execute them, maybe make them work. See, the the challenge to put smoking grass and coming up with good ideas is you smoke grass, come up with a good idea, come down and don't do anything about it. The key is to actually do it, to execute it, to come up with these good fucking ideas and do it, you know? And
No, not only come up with a good idea, then do it after you smoked a joint.
well, but that's the thing, is there's maybe different strains. Maybe there's a strain where you come up with the idea, and maybe there's a strain that, you know, helps you get motivated. You know, but you don't even need to get high to get motivated. The ideas you come up with when you're high should motivate you, and hopefully you're in a community of people, a relationship, a loved one, somebody who will, you know, make you do things that your nature may not want you to do. You know, I've always had that in my life. I've always had someone to push me, and my partner in Players Network and WeedTV, Mark Bradley. You know, he pushes the business end of it, and partnerships are great.
Well, I definitely think 2017 WeedTV has got the possibilities are endless. Coming from myself, I am very grateful and honored to share this event 420 with you, and you know, I've had quite a memorable time.
Now look at this face, okay? I told him earlier that he's got a face that opens doors.
And I said, hopefully they're bedroom doors.
No. But the point is, listen, I don't know where WeedTV is going, but, you know, someone like you can hold this mic and get it. You know, hopefully you become a fixture and a brand, and people come tune on to see our stuff just to see you.
Well, you know, I'm just a little blonde kid from a little Florida town with big dreams who came to Hollywood about 18 years ago. And I've been fortunate enough to have lived and learned and loved and had quite a life.
Do you smoke dope?
Oh, yeah. Slightly medicated, yes. I've got my medical marijuana card. I've got anxiety and insomnia.
Are you more you when you're high than when you're not?
You know, for me, well, definitely, I think there's different strains of weed that help me creative or help me go to sleep. I do use it as medicine, and I've witnessed it firsthand. My father passed away of cancer, and actually, I used to roll joints for him. And in terms of pain management, I've seen how it actually works as medicine.
Right.
And you know, that's where I come up. I'm a Florida kid, and you know, I had older sisters that had mysterious smelling vans that were in the driveways during the 70s.
Hey, look, you know, you go back to the beginning of time, all this, whether it's the universe or God, this plant evolved on this planet, and I cannot think of a more amazing plant. And, you know, the people that are afraid try to control it, try to limit it, the drug companies want to eliminate it so they can control their medications, their pseudo-medications. You know?
Yeah, 100%. Go herbal.
This is, if there's a revolution in this country, and there are marches, the marches should be to turn on. The marches should be to support the expanded legalization and use of marijuana in every area, from hemp for clothes and paper to save the forest, to health care that's inexpensive and effective, to escape from the pressures of life, which is better than having a martini, and the opportunity to experience a closer love to your loved ones and society when you're like in that loving mood, and be creative and think and have hope. You know, this plant is God-given. And we've got to come to Jesus. You know, so that's it.
Well, thank you so much. Hey, man, there's a party. Let's get our party on, yo.
That's the other good thing with grass. You know, you can enjoy parties more.
Or let's go have one of those edibles over there. Let's do it. The revolution will be televised.
Do me a favor, check in with WeedTV every so often, because we're going to get there. We're going to create something that's really going to be, you know, effective in your life, useful.
Hey, it's me, Tommy B, reporting for WeedTV. It's time to get it on.